Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great week. Hope all of you having a great Wednesday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man. It is time for the Alabama Crimson Tide versus the LSU Tigers. Go Tigers. Shout out to Ed Ogeron. Speaking of Ed Ogeron, it's ironic we say that every time we talk about the LSU Tigers. That's probably like their nickname and slogan on the channel because, well, they might need Ed Ogeron because they don't have a current head coach. Your casual fan is listening or tuning into this video. Maybe you're watching this video going, Matty Boy, my man MBG, whatever you want to call me, Matt B, whatever. We got all kinds of nicknames. There's a plethora of them on the channel. Are we really previewing and predicting Alabama and LSU? LSU's an unranked team. Alabama, it's a night game for them. When the boy hasn't lost at home, you've even talked about it. They're great at home. Really? Should we even be talking about this game? And yes, we should. Let me explain why. Number one, this is a rival game. Historically speaking, the Alabama-LSU game, it's always been great. Outside of last year, which is a different story for a different day. Well, it's not even a different story. Alabama just went into Death Valley at night and completely eviscerated the LSU Tigers. It was bad to say the least. I enjoyed every single second of it as a Bama fan myself. But outside of that, we got to talk about this game. And if you're one of these people saying, well, Matt, not only is LSU not that good this year, the quarterback has been playing too great. We'll get to all that in just a second. A little foreshadowing. Maybe we'll see two quarterbacks in this game for the Tigers. They don't even have a head coach. I understand that point of view, but the two greatest examples I can give this year is number one, UCLA, and number two, UAB. UCLA was 0-4. They were single-handedly the worst team in all college football. They fired their head coach, and they upset Penn State. And we know Penn State's not good anymore, but at the time, they were good. Shortly after that, UAB in Birmingham, Alabama, they fired their head coach. They play an undefeated and ranked Memphis, and they beat Memphis after firing their head coach. We've seen it before multiple times, and we've seen it in previous years. Sometimes, not every time, but sometimes when you fire your head coach, it ignites a spark for the rest of the team. Whether you want to attribute that spark to being because they want to prove the former head coach wrong, maybe they're just excited, I don't know, but there's a spark. I don't think Bama fans are going to take LSU lightly, but I want to let this be known right now. I think LSU is going to be fired up for this game. There's no way they're not going to be fired up. Maybe if it was, and I mean this with all due respect, you're playing South Carolina, yeah, you might not be fired up, but the fact you're playing Alabama and you fire your head coach, oh yeah. They're going to be ready to go. You better believe that. I'll pull up the line in just a second, but here's what makes this LSU team really intriguing to me. They have the talent not just to compete with Alabama, but to beat Alabama. The problem all year long is the X's and O's have been terrible. They've been awful at execution, and that falls on Brian Kelly's shoulder, hence why they fired him. Let's throw this out there right now, though. If they piece it together and play to the best of their ability, it's going to be a good game. Let's put the line for this game, shall we? We'll do it in live time. I haven't looked at it, but with this being a night game at Bama, Bama's reeling. They're on a 7-game win streak. LSU not so good. I'd say Bama's probably favored by around 10 points. Okay, wow. Really close. Alabama minus 9.5, so I have a spot on the money. I agree with that. We don't have to sit up here and talk about Alabama a lot because there's not a lot of question marks and uncertainties. We know what this team is. They're not good at running the football. It'd be nice if they got better, but by this point of the year, you still can't run the ball. You're just not a good running team. You've already played 8 games. There's only 4 games left in the regular season. They're an outstanding passing team. They got a Heisman Trophy, what I think, leader on their team in Ty Simpson. Good wide receiver play. Hey, Ryan Williams, stop dropping passes. Oh, who said that? Yeah, different conversation, different video for a different day. Offense is nice. The defense has slowly but surely improved, and the defense is the main reason they've been winning some of these recent games. It's why they beat Vanderbilt, and it's why they beat Tennessee. And heck, their most recent one against South Kakalaki, Alabama's special teams gifted Kakalaki one of those touchdowns. You take that away, the defense held Kakalaki to 15 points. And I also got to throw this in there, the defense scored a touchdown against Kakalaki. So defense has been really solid, more than good enough to win these games. You hold Kakalaki to 22. It was really 15, but we'll say 22 on the road. You'll take that. You expect, slow down, Matt. You expect to win that game. There we go. Am I going to sit up here and tell you Alabama has a great defense? No. Do they have a monstrous defense? No. But they've been good enough, and they're getting better every single week, which is a good sign. Just like always, LSU had a bye week as well. Both teams have a bye week before this game. But I think it was much more needed, and it's going to benefit Alabama way more because they had some injury problems they needed to get solved. And plus, Alabama just got off that brutal. I'd even include Kakalaki in it as a 5-game stretch, but the 4-game gauntlet where they played 4 straight ranked teams. Let's talk about LSU a little bit because we all know Alabama's the favorite. So what does LSU have to do to win this game? Well, numero uno, Captain Obvious here, you got to play good/great. And who does that start with? The guy who has been shaky all year long, Nussmeier. I've seen a lot of LSU fans already writing him off and saying he's trash. I want to see Van Buren go in there, and I don't blame you. A little fun fact, and I know all you nerds out there are going to say, Matt, it was in garbage time. I don't care. Van Buren, he went in there, and his first drive against A&M and led LSU down the field like it was nothing, went 3 for 4, had 50 yards, 1 touchdown. That was a sight to see, and I was like, well, dang, man. We should probably have a quarterback competition on our hands, at least swap these guys in and out because, look, here's the thing. It can't get much worse. Nussmeier has just not been good, and by the way, he wasn't good against Alabama last year either. Is Nussmeier your best option? Yes, it's why he's been the starter up until this point. But what I'm saying is if he goes out there against Alabama, couple 3-and-outs, interception, which he's been prone to doing all year long, why not throw Van Buren in there when you're down 10, 14, 17 points before it really gets out of hand? At least, hey, maybe that will ignite a spark or something. Me personally, and this is just me, I would have both quarterbacks ready to go, and I would play both quarterbacks because, one, I think it's your best option, but number two, it would throw Alabama for a loop because then you don't know what you're going to do when the backup comes in because you didn't prepare for him. Granted, Alabama is going to prepare for Van Buren a little bit, but that's the point. It's a little bit. If Van Buren goes out there, balls out, and you just leave him in, well, the Bama defense is going to be confused because they may have been prepared for Nussmeier, not Van Buren. And why I like Van Buren as the guy moving forward is because the LSU offensive line has been bad, and did you notice when he went in there against Texas A&M, he didn't get sacked. Why? Because when the pocket broke down and they were rushing him, he scrambled a little bit and made some plays. I think he's a better fit for LSU since the offensive line isn't that good, if that makes sense. If you had a great O-line, yeah, go at Nussmeier. But Nussmeier got sacked however many times, it was 6, 7, 8 times against A&M because he's not a dual-threat quarterback. He's a statue in the pocket. This game's really fascinating to me, and it makes for a very difficult preview and prediction because we don't even know what to expect. It's a completely different team. The head coach is gone, so the interim coach is going to have new philosophies, new plays. Everything's going to be new, offensively, defensively, you name it. I've been thinking about this a little bit. Is there a case and scenario where LSU elects to receive the ball, they march down the field, put up 7 points, Ty Simpson and the Alabama offense, they have a 3-and-out, LSU marches down the field again, gets a field goal, and you look up, LSU, the team without a head coach, is up 10-0 in Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Yeah, I think that could happen. And it would shell-shock the world. Everybody be tuning in. Everybody be texting their cousin, their mama, their brother, hey, are you seeing this? Alabama's losing to LSU. For LSU to win, though, I think that's a must. They have to get out to an early start. You can't fall behind 10, 14, 17-0. That's a recipe for disaster. With a new coaching staff, pretty much, you need early momentum in games like this. You don't want to be behind because, well, the interim head coach, he's probably going to make some bad decisions. Let's just be honest. Everybody talks about how when you got an interim head coach and the season's already over, which it is for LSU, you have nothing to lose, and that's true. So what do teams stereotypically do, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They'll do some onside kicks when they're not expected, some fake punts, fake field goals, stuff like that. And yes, it's fabulous when it works, but when it doesn't work, you look like a big dummy, and it can change the whole complexity of the game. I'm not going to sit up here and say I expect LSU to pull out some Mad Hatter LSU plays, but be out on the lookout for them. And that's the other thing. Alabama is going to know, hey, LSU has nothing to – like everything I'm telling you, you don't think Kellen DeBoer and that coaching staff, they're preparing for it? They are. They're going to be on full alert. We talked about LSU's offense splitting enough. You just got to get out to a good start, and Nussmeier. It's relatively simple. If he is the starter, whoever your quarterback is, you got to play good/great if you want to beat Alabama at Alabama. As far as it goes for LSU's defense, I don't even know what to make out of them. They looked bad. I mean, really bad against A&M. However, it's not because LSU's defense is bad. No, I think they have a good defense. It's because A&M, nobody has stopped in the entire season. So you got to give credit to A&M. Everybody's ragging on LSU's defense, but nobody has slowed down Marcel Reed. One of my major concerns, though, is one of LSU's best players, their linebacker, Whit Weeks. He's listed as doubtful, so it's not looking like he's going to give it a go. But I find that hard to believe. I want to think he's going to try his absolute best to play in this game, even if he is only 40 or 50% healthy. Harold Perkins, he looked like he was lost out there against A&M. Hopefully for his sake and LSU's sake, he can be better against Alabama. But since LSU has been shaky the past few games on defense and Alabama has a prolific offense with the Heisman front runner at helm, yeah, you don't get to be a rocket scientist to come to this executive decision or conclusion, prediction, whatever you want to call it, that Alabama is not going to struggle on the offensive side of the ball. I expect Alabama to put up points. The reason I didn't pick LSU to beat A&M, I remember saying this vividly, I can't pick a team that can't score. I can't. If you can't score, you can't win. And guess what? I don't trust LSU to keep up with Alabama. I don't. So I got to roll with the tide in this one. And y'all know my 3 check marks, the 3 things I look at when it's really close. But I don't even have this one close for me. But we'll talk about it a little bit. When I'm iffy on a game, I look at these 3 things. Number 1, which head coach do I trust more in this game? Well, you got to give it to Bama. LSU doesn't even have a head coach, so check mark to Kalen DeBoer. Number 2, which quarterback do I trust more in this game? Obviously, Ty Simpson. And last but not least, numero 3, which team do I trust more in this game? It's Alabama. Everything's pointing to Alabama. It's just not a smart prediction. And that is what my job is, to make the best educated guess possible. It is not smart to pick LSU in this one. I will take Alabama 31 to LSU's. You know what? We'll give them 20. 31-20, I'm rolling with the tide. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But